use my snowball. Hey, is that better? Um, oh my god, I'm so sorry about that. I am going to back up. Because I did a whole explanation of the game and the tarot cards I'm using. Um, Actually, I'll just back up to where we started. So, to start off, we have been drafting our body. So our body's journey begins with the Oracle Manufacturing Company. They take extensive personality tests, DNA samples, and other cutting-edge technologies to make large and powerful mecha that are exclusive and unique to an individual. While you are far from the front lines in this current moment, at one point in time your body was chosen for you, and this phase is about emulating your body's designing and manufacturing before wartime. On the tarot spread pictured below, which looks like this, and I have sort of emulated on my keyboard and everything and then moved so that it's not on my keyboard and I can type. Um, you will draw 5 cards and consult the oracle as you draw them to describe what your body currently looks like and to learn what your body's purpose was in the war. Make sure your tarot deck is separated to major and minor arcana and shuffle before continuing. So, core I pulled was the Hermit. The Hermit is what I drew for the first card, and it's the core of my mech, and it's horrible. And I'll read out the explanation of it because I've got like the most shitty experience. I like piloting this mech is gonna suck. Okay. So 9, the Hermit, a solitary core designed to go into hiding and assault foes from far away. Sensitive targeting systems tag everything with a sign of life, friend or foe, and tagged targets instill a deep sense of fear into both pilot and body. And the body here is the mech. And then for my first module, I got the 4 of Cups, which should hold up centered to the camera and not like off to the side where it is in this screen. So it's centered to the camera here. The 4 of Cups, and I did pull it reversed, and I've kept it reversed even though it doesn't look like the positioning matters to this game. It matters to me. In number Cups 4 is a simulation module that helps predict the best plan of pursuit, a best method of pursuit for an inputted plan. And these cards are by Jessica Hayworth, who is at Angry Comic or Angry Comics on Twitter. She's phenomenal artist. The 4 of Swords then was my next card, which is a large tower shield with a mounted blade that can extend far beyond what is expected to deliver an overwhelming electrical shock. So I've popped in here a large tower shield with a really unexpectedly long spike on it that can deliver an electrical shock. Module 3. Module 3 is the Knight of Swords. So you'll see this guy's got his guts hanging out. It's kind of fucked up. Okay. Module 3. Knight of Swords. A beam saber that shines with a bright rallying light and burns unbelievably hot. Ooh. Interesting. And module 4 is another Cups. So the 3 of Cups I found it really interesting for this. I know I'm not doing like a tarot reading, but I find it really interesting that I got the cups. Both cups that I got are reversed, and both swords I got are upright. So anyway, the Three of Cups. Three large jet engines that give small bursts of speed and long distance jumping capabilities. Okay, so that's really interesting because it's so different. These two go really together, the core of the first module. But this other stuff is very, very like an upfront tank fighter, like a frontline fight. So I'm very interested in the way this builds. Let's read the rest of the instructions for building this. These cards are your modules and are the tools you use to enact violence for the war you are no longer part of. Use the prompts provided by the Oracle to detail how each of your limbs look one by one and how they add to the greater purpose and design of your body. Fascinating. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is tie these together and say what these things look like. So I think the core of this mech is surprisingly small. Most of the slightly disconnected from the arm and legs. The mech as a whole is humanoid, with the pilot sitting in the heart position. You can see that the whole core can be disconnected from the limbs for retreat where necessary. The limbs then would continue their fight, or more slowly follow to reconnect to the core. The simulation module is the literal crown of the body. It's sitting atop head that serves little purpose but distraction from the pilot's true seat. Descending and consuming the entire head of the mech. Over time, it has grown and been. Oh no, this is supposed to be as built. Okay. Proving the crown is not a separate mech, and on the interior you can see that the crown is not a late addition, but the entire purpose of the head. One arm is dedicated to the shield. That's what. Hang on one sec. One arm is dedicated to the enormous tower shield that the body carries. In the simulation module deems it inevitable that a blow will connect the shield arm quickly interjects and blocks any projectile or attacking limb from an enemy. Medieval right. The other arm is catered to the offensive, carrying a large beam saber. Can be quickly and easily turned on or off to attain surprising maneuverability. Yay! This is gonna tell me I spelled it wrong. Yep. Oh, hi, hello. Thank you for designing this game. I'm only doing the first section right now, but it is extremely sick so far. Even if the mech that I have generated for myself seems like an absolute terrible thing to pilot. Yeah, also this video will be going up on YouTube after the stream. Oh my god, hang on. I've still got my stream named something bullshit, don't I? It's still saying it's a Sims stream? Yep. Hang on. I'll just change that real quick. solo TTRPG stream. Body of mine. A temple. Category TTR. Tabletop. What? There we go. Save. Okay. Now it should stop telling everyone this is a sip stream. There's like there's a bit of latency here because of the tarot cards, which I'm using for a physical deck. I don't have my phone where I normally do, so I can't really see comments super easily, only when I like look across to my thing. So feel free to chatter away, but also don't feel like you need to, because I won't see it very quickly. Yeah. Okay. Module 4 is the engines. Okay, so the legs and core all feature individual jets giving each part independent movement where necessary, and contributing to the excessively humanoid appearance of the mech. Okay. What's next? Phase 2, obsolete purpose. You are now away from the violent clutches and throes of the war. Somewhere safe and peaceful. You may have gotten out early through some sort of discharge or desertion after growing sick of the things you've done, or maybe the war is over completely and you're sent home unceremoniously, left to pick up the pieces of what your life once was. The most important thing is that you've had time away from the cycles of violence, and the farther you get from the war, the more uncomfortable you feel with your body. Contemplate how your body's original purpose is now obsolete, and write down a brief summary on a piece of paper. Much like the king in a game of chess, my body was designed as a figurehead and not something to rally around. Protective, but also vulnerable. And with a quick escape option to protect the valuable cargo. I'm gonna make the pilot is the heir to some bullshit. No. An important family. the mech was designed to uplift their name and their existence as a figure for inspiration and the after desertion, all it serves as is a mockery of the failure to live up to the projected vision that people had for the pilot. Sitting in a field, resting. The crown is a joke. Tower shield is a no. The rallying light of the beam saber hasn't been lifted in years. No, not lifted. Activated in years. Sure. Okay. I think that's how it's now obsolete. So, part 3, seizing fate. Your old purpose now obsolete, you take the reins of destiny in a white-knuckled grip and make it your own. Spend a few moments to think about what you want your body to become. Take the piece of paper with your obsolete purpose on it and turn it around so the writing is upside down. Write your new purpose in a sentence or two. Ooh. I'm going to jump to a new page. I'm going to copy this. Part. And start a new page. Page break. Boop. And then I'm gonna turn this red. Okay. Write your new purpose in a sentence or two. I think the new purpose for... Oh, you know what? Okay, so I'm thinking about the spread I got again with the 2 reversed cups and the 2 upright swords and the hermit in the center. And I'm thinking about how that built for me internally a story of like an inability to connect. To the cups are very much like this the suit of the hearth, right? It's like very much about sharing, it's about connection, it's about joy with other people. So what I think the new purpose for this mech is I got the Hermit for the core, the Four of Cups for the simulation model, for the first module, the large tower shield with an unexpectedly long spike on it that can deliver electrical shock for the Four of Swords for the second module, then a beam saber for the third module. And this is where I was like, oh, this thing looks like a knight, this thing looks like a king. I was like, holy shit, I've got like a tower shield and a bright beam saber with a rallying light. I was like, holy fuck, this is deliberate, this is like a king. And then module 4 is large jet engines. Oh, I didn't put what these were. This was the Knight of Swords. And the Three of Cups. Yeah. So yeah, I very much had this like, I got a king with super anxiety. And that's why I was like, this mech has to be designed to protect the pilot. Like, there's no other reason it would have super anxiety. So I absolutely love the mech and like the story that those components fit together to make. Fantastic. Amazing. The pilot is a depressed hunk of shit, though. This pilot is having a bad fucking time. The new purpose for this mech is a home that can be shared. And that can hold multiple beings. Hold in its heart more than a single elevated person. Instead, it will serve all equally, and it shall not abandon those who it protects. Yeah. I think because I got those cups reversed, I'm gonna unreverse those cups. I'm gonna make those cups actually for sharing, and I'm gonna be like, what's the good version of a king? And it's not a king at all, right? Okay. Next, you'll visit each part of your body one by one and decide if you will change it or not. Change, for the purposes of this game, are big and drastic measures. If you want to change something minor, such as the finish of your armor plating, the colour of your body's paint job, I didn't even think about those, or similar, ignore the following step. Any parts of your body you wish to change, mark it with a small chip or token, and most importantly, do not change it yet. Change is a fickle thing, and the sorts of large-scale change you will do takes time. A lot of it, as a matter of fact. You will not see the results right away, but that's okay. Begin to think how you will change these parts of your body, but do not commit to these changes yet. You may not be sure if you wish to change something, or you may even be content with how your body is configured, knowing that with a little self-reflection it can be made something new in your mind. That is not the only perfectly acceptable answer as an that is not only perfectly acceptable as an answer, but to be expected. Drastic changes are not always the answer, and you should not expect them to be. In this case, I think with the story I've framed, I think I'm going to change everything but the shield. So I'm going to change modules C. I'm going to make changes to the core, which, anxiety core. And I am going to listen. We don't talk about real life. we don't play games for real life at all. Nobody has ever projected. Okay. So I'm going to change the core. I'm going to change module 2, 3, and 4. But I'm going to change the core, modules 1, 3, and 4. 2 is the shield. 1 is the anxiety module. 3 was the sword. And 4 was the jet engines. I have ideas for them. Or, I don't know. Am I changing? I am. The shield is going to stay a shield, but its purpose is going to change. I think I'm going to say I'm not changing it, because its structure is physically not going to change, but the way it's interacted with will change. Phase 4, intimate rituals. Your body, yours. You have begun to take on a sense of ownership and selfhood within your body, and you're taking the steps to one day be proud of what you've made it. First, if you have any components of your body that you are not changing, go through them one by one. Formulate a small yet simple ritual or phrase to turn over in your mind that will help you recontextualize how you think about your body part. Write it down on a piece of paper at least twice, or more if you wish, as you turn the phrase over in your mind. This is how you partake in the ritual. Repetition is key to let your body claim your sense of self. An example might look like, these bladed fingers, though sharp and deadly, will sow crops and bring a bountiful harvest. Once you have created and performed rituals for each unchanging part of your body, make one for your body as a whole. Manifesto of your will and steadfast desire to become something new. Write it down last and say it out loud or under bated breath with your fist clenched and held close to your heart. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do for the shield module, in my little phrase, I think is going to be big enough to protect many. Oh, that is changing it? Okay, so I won't put the... Hi, there's a cat that's come to join me. Gus can't be left alone very long without demanding my attention. So that is changing it in that case. Oh, hang on, I'm misunderstanding. Right, okay. Got you. Oh, kitty cat is on the desk. Don't be on my computer, please, Mr. Sir. Okay, no. This is kitty cat. We're saying goodbye to kitty cat. Okay. Okay. I'm with you. So, yes. So I think big enough to protect many is the phrase I want to go with here. He's not actually that big, but he's so fluffy. He's so fluffy. My dad makes baby noises about him, which is fucking hilarious. My dad never makes baby noises about anything. But this cat yeah, okay. So shield module, big enough to protect Benny, I think is the little ritual here. That so I think just and I think like yeah. It's just gonna just sort of oh yes, a paint job or new armor plating. Right, yeah, I got you. Um okay. So yeah, big enough to protect many. I think that's the gist of it. I think I think we can extrapolate what happened during the war that made this guy desert, but we won't spell it out. I mean, our body for the body as a whole. Um, the body as a whole. A king who acts only in his own interest is no king at all. Um, yeah. Sort of slowing down, really like thinking about these. I'm yeah. Okay. Um, phase 5, manifesting change. Finally, your long journey draws near an end, and all of your hard work begins to pay off. You have had the time and resources to significantly change what part of your body you may wish. Take each card you've marked with a chip or token in phase 3 and inverse the card. Inversing the card is symbolic of a drastic change for your body. while remaining a part of you. Inversing a card in this phase does not necessarily mean doing the opposite of what your prompt said. You're inversing the card on your own terms to signify that you're in control of the change, and you decide how you'll take your body apart and reconstruct this part of your body to make something new. If you wish to incorporate what that part of your body was, you may, but it is far from necessary. At long last, you've changed everything. Write a small summary of how your body has changed, evolved, and grown with you into something new that you can be proud of. Okay. So I think the changes that I made, to the body, the core stripped of its long-range capabilities. No, stripped of all but its longest range capabilities. And transformed into a home. Oh, thanks for the follow, Vidicha. The core is hollowed out, stripped away of all but its longest range capabilities, transformed into a home in the home on the outskirts of town. Oh god. Oops. Many come and go, but it's heart houses a table. For many, where it once housed a cockpit for one. I think I'm especially interested in this in the inversion of the cards because of the way that the cups and so I got the 3 of cups inverted, and I got the 4 of cups also inverted. So flipping these around, it's about sharing, right? And then I got the Knight of Swords. I got it upright, and so I'm turning it around to make a very bad joke. No, that's not how. No, I was going to make a joke about flipping it to a defense position, but I don't think that's how defense position actually looks. So I'm not going to make it. But I thought about it. But that's the gist of what I think I'm doing here. So like, I mean the crown. Oh, predictive. Modeling tools are for their new location. A little more than a complex system for meteorology Meteorology. There we go. And the occasional warning when yeah, that's what I thought. It reads a sideways, but yeah, close enough. I'm calling it. When the war comes a little too close. The beam sabers components are eliminated, scrapped and re-scrapped and recycled until it bears no shadow of its former self. Its components become very streetlights, they stray far and wide, not limited to the location of the core. And the jet engines similarly scrapped and recycled. Powering instead public transportation. Their fuel systems reused in repairs for many years to follow. Once you have done this final step, name your body something in line with its new purpose. I actually think it's a name I don't think it has like an official name anymore. I think it's just the core. It landed in a field outside of a small town. It converts from war machine to home. Its name slowly fades from to I didn't even name the pilot. That make to the pilot's place. Like, just, I think it just becomes known by who lives there instead of what it is. Okay, that's... Oh, they're at the end of the game. I think it is. Oh, that's beautiful, though. God, I love mechs that have stopped being mechs. I think that's the best genre. This game was so good. I love these mech parts. That is such a cool method of randomization. And the draw I did was so good for it as well. What a cool game. I'm gonna go boop, boop. Submit, follow, because that game rolled, and then I'm gonna make a comment so that people can actually see my review. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. That was so fun. Yeah, definitely go check this game out. I want to play it again one day for sure. I think it'd play really well into an idea I've got. I'm filing this away for an idea I've got that I can't talk about yet. But fuck yeah. Okay. But yeah, thank you for coming along. Again, the tarot cards I used were by this deck, the Welcome to Night Vale deck by Jessica Hayworth, who is one of my favourite artists. She's Angry Comics on Twitter, and she just the art in this deck is so beautiful. So go check this out. It's only $20 for this deck, which is one, a fucking cheap for a good as hell deck of tarot cards, and two, cheap as hell for how good this art is. So, yeah, go check this out. Also check out Jessica's other work because it's absolutely fabulous. I would love to commission her someday. Other than that, I think it's all I'm here to do today. So I will see you all later. I play tabletop games on Mondays, and then on Tuesdays I do Sims for Simmers, where I just play The Sims. Um, at the moment, I am playing in a household with 5 children. Um, one of whom I intend to make a werewolf as soon as she's a teenager. The mother of this family is a vampire, and the other parent in this family is somebody who really wants her children to succeed, but also hates children. So, yeah, that's a really fun stream as well. And then on Thursdays, I stream Sims for game designers, where I look at The Sims as a medium for roleplay and look at the ways in which different the way the community builds challenges to utilize that aspect of the game. This week, I'm going to be doing a dive into possible alterations of the 100 Baby Challenge, and looking into how to liven up the 100 Baby Challenge past the beginning, once it becomes a routine. Yeah. I hope to see you again at some point. But yeah, that's everything from me today. So I'll see you all later. Bye.